Uh, Good morning everyone. Now I am going to explain Introduction to Organizational Structure. For SAP MM, for any successful implementation project, you need to ensure that you correctly understand your customer's organizational structure and that you map this organizational structure in a way that meets all of the business process requirements. To do this, it's a very important that you understand the essential terminology used in any industry and in the SAP organizational structure. The different functional departments of an organizational are mapped into SAP software using organizational units. Organizational units are responsible for a set of business functions. An enterprise or corporate group is mapped into SAP software as a client, and different companies of subsidiaries of an enterprise are referred to as the company code. Client and company codes are two types of organizational units that are found at highest level in the SAP organizational structure. In an SAP system, the word client has a specific meaning. It's important to have a client understanding of what's meant when this word is used. In general language, client means the customer to whom you are providing services. In an SAP system, however, client is used to refer to a corporate group, which is the highest organizational element. Client is also used to differentiate among real-time data, test data, and the development data. Then I need to explain step by step. First of all, now I am going to take a client and a company as the highest organizational unit in an SAP system. The client can be a corporate group and can represent a company or a conglomerate of companies. For example, consider a functional corporate group called ABC Corporation, which has competent such as ABC Steel, ABC FMCG, and ABC Pharmacy. If ABC Corporation wishes implement SAP software for all of its companies in a single instance, then it should be represented as a client. On the other hand, if the different companies install SAP software individually, then each company will have one SAP instance and its individual companies will represent the client. Now coming to company code. The company code is the smallest organizational unit for which you can have an independent accounting department within external accounting. For example, a corporate group, a client, may have one or more independent companies, all of which have their own SAP general ledger account, balance sheet, and profit and loss account. Each of these independent business entities needs to be entered in the SAP system as separate company codes. Then coming to plant. In industry terminology, a manufacturing facility is called a plant. In an SAP system, however, a plant can be a manufacturing facility or sales office, corporate head office, maintenance plant, or central delivery warehouse. In general, the plant can be any location within a company code that is involved in some activity for the company code. Next, coming to storage location, this is very important. A storage location is a place within a plant where materials are kept. Inventory management on a quantity basis is carried out at the storage location level. In the plant has is physical inventory. Physical inventory is the process of verifying physical stock with the system stock. If any differences exist in stock quantity, system stocks are updated with actual physical stock quantity. Physical inventory is carried out at each storage location level. Now coming to purchasing organization, an industry terminology, the purchasing department deals with vendors and is responsible for a procurement activities. The purchasing department is mapped as a purchasing organization in the SAP system. Purchasing organizations negotiate conditions of purchase with vendors for one or more plants and are legally responsible for honoring purchasing contracts. Now, now I am going to explain scenario wise what is the purchasing organization. Scenario 1, plant specific purchasing organization. You may come across a scenario where your customers have separate purchasing departments for each plant, and each purchasing department is responsible for negotiating with vendors, creating contracts, and issuing purchase orders. This scenario is called a plant specific purchasing organization. In this scenario, you need to define a purchasing organization for each plant in the SAP system and assign these purchasing organizations to their respective plants. For example, the client has two different company codes and each company code has plans assigned to it. Company code 1 has two plans and company code 2 has one plan. Additionally, for each plant there is a separate purchasing organization 1, purchasing organization 2 and purchasing organization 3 are assigned to plant 1, plant 2 and plant 3 respectively. Then coming to scenario 2, scenario 2 is cross plant purchasing. Some customers may have a scenario where a single purchasing department is responsible for procurement activities for more than one plant. In this case, you need to create a purchasing organization that's responsible for more than one plant in the same company code. For example, in the client has the two different company codes and each company code has plans assigned to it. Company code 1 has two plants and company code 2 has one plant. Company purchasing organization 1 is assigned to a plant 1 and plant 2 because it's responsible for both of the plants in company code 1. And coming to scenario 3, cross company code corporate group wide purchasing. Some customers have just one purchasing organization for the procurement activities of multiple plants in different company codes. In that situation, the client has two different company codes and each has the plans assigned to it. Company code 1 has two plans and company code 2 has one plan. Purchasing organization 1 is assigned to plant 1, plant 2 and plant 3 of company code 1 and company code 2. Next, coming to scenario 4, a reference purchasing organization. This is very important. Some customers may have a scenario where they have one centralized purchasing department at the corporate group level responsible for the negotiation and creation of global agreements. These agreements are used by local purchasing organizations to create purchase orders. This business scenario helps companies uh, better prices due to high volume purchases in an SAP system. Such a purchasing organization is referred to as a reference purchasing organization. For example, the client has two different company codes and each company code has plans assigned to it. Company code 1 has two plans and company code 2 has one plan. For each plan, there is a separate purchasing organization, purchasing organization 1, purchasing organization 2 and purchasing organization 3, which are assigned to plant 1, plant 2 and plant 3 respectively. Purchasing organization 4 is assigned to purchase organization 1, purchase organization 2 and purchase organization 3. Purchase organization 4 is the reference purchasing organization. The reference purchasing organization can negotiate with vendors and create global outline agreements, contracts and scheduling agreement. It means plant specific purchasing organization. Purchasing organization 1, purchase organization 2, purchase organization 3 can issue purchase orders to vendors with reference to those global agreements. Next, coming to scenario 5, SAP Standard Purchasing Organization. SAP also provides a standard purchasing organization which is used to create automatic purchase orders. In the automatic purchase order creation process, the system needs to find the purchase organization. The system gets the plant code from the purchase requisition and from the plant code system determines the standard purchasing organization, because the standard purchasing organization is assigned to the plant. Finally, a purchase order is created. Now that you have a thorough understanding of the different organizational structure elements and how to apply these elements to different business scenarios.